What's good, King Gonda? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again here on the King Gonda channel. I want to wish everybody a happy holiday season wherever you are. And today we're here with one of our professional colleague brothers. He's been on the King Gonda channel a few times and he's given really good advice. He's a very savvy entrepreneur known across the Black community in the United States, especially online. Brother Andre Hatchett. I'll let him explain himself and more of what he does.
What's going on, great people? Hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm sure happy to be here. And I'll shout out to the Kanganda crew. 38-year-old entrepreneur. Been an entrepreneur since I was a kid, selling lemonade, shoveling snow, all that good stuff. Bought my first property at 22, second at 23. And I've had a mobile notary company, which is now nationwide since I was 23 as well. And online course creator, author, and happy to be here.
All right. And I'm definitely glad for you to be here too, because you add another element, I believe, that we're missing a lot of times in the Pan-African discussion space and also in the Black community spaces, which are practical things.
Yeah.
And I've known you for a couple years now, and you've seen the transformation of this channel from what it was like nothing to what it is now. and it's not to insult anybody or anything like that, but you've talked to me when I was going back and forth to Africa and coming back to Poland or going back to the United States. And I recently did an interview with Dynas Demir. And Dynas Demir said that he was watching one of our videos, I believe it was one with me and you, and he said it made him think that before he moves to Africa full time, he's going to go back and reevaluate some of his skill sets and improve on those skill sets, and then go to the continent.
Yeah, we're just expanding. Right now, coming into 2021, I'm a licensed real estate agent here in America, in Georgia. And basically what I'm doing, I'm taking those skills to Africa, because I was watching one of O'Shea's shows one time, and he made a great point. And not saying you can't reinvent yourself by going to the continent, but it's just you have people like O'Shea was saying, and we might be exaggerating some, who are janitors in America, and now they show up to Africa, and first day they're all of a sudden gold and diamond experts in Africa. So there's certain industries I want to get involved in on the continent that I'm like, look, I'm going to gain the skills here first,
right?
Learn the language, and I would say transfer those skills to Africa.
Interesting. That's what's up. He's a cool dude too. I don't know him personally, but he makes good content.
Yeah, he's pretty good. So then you also made the case at the end of our last video that we did that people need to stop looking at, going to the continent or repatriating on an emotional connection.
Yeah.
But use logical. Why did you say that?
Because a lot of people, maybe I am generalizing here, but so bear with me. A lot of people maybe from the conscious community or that love our people so much, we act off of pure love, and we don't think about enough logical steps in order to give ourselves the best possible outcome for success on the continent. So it's like I've seen a lot of people make videos said that I moved to Africa with nothing, and things are going really bad here. I'm like, you moved there with nothing. Things are like a lot of people are looking at the continent as a savior and a rescue, which I think there's part of that's true, but I think going to a place that has a bunch of natural resources, but maybe not the most advanced infrastructure in the world isn't a good look. Go there with a plan. Don't go there with just raw emotions. I'm going back home. I'm going back to the homeland. Okay, great. What are you going to do when you get there? Are you looking for your homeland brothers and sisters to take care of you? Because a lot of them are looking for you to show love to them. So
Right.
more strategy and I'm not one of those people who say no emotion. Like I'm not that. I have emotions. I'm cool with it. I just think we just need to just slow down and come out with the plan before we just have this whole exodus back.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I've got to meet some expats just maybe in Uganda or when I come and not in Uganda but in certain places I see them also in Gambia, and a lot of people end up, whether it's they get forced into doing tourism, forced into things like this, but what would you say as far as being prepared? How does one prepare to make a move like this, logically, in your opinion?
I would. So I haven't heard. If I'm wrong, correct me. I haven't heard about a lot of Americans going to Africa and getting jobs, and getting high-paying jobs that aren't with an American company.
Right.
My aunt, she did some study abroad stuff, and she has she's a PhD, so she is different. The college pays for her, so when she goes, she's different. Are you going there to set up infrastructure and to build commerce? So what kind of income do you have coming in currently that can sustain you when you get there, or how long can you live for off of your savings? How long can you live for off of your savings, or what kind of infrastructure have you built? So going there and figuring out with, let's say, 3 months worth of living expenses, it wouldn't be ideal for me, right? Unless you need to get the hell out of America for some other reason. What have you built? Build before you go. Build something before you go. We have the internet. I know a lot of people, you and a bunch of other people I know who had their best years because we already had an online presence. Mm-hmm. And now with the world being shut down and people being home and forced to watch a lot of internet, we elevated because we were already there. So prepare financially before you go. What are you going to do? Let's just say $5,000 a month. $5,000 a month is a cool living for Africa, for Uganda, right? About?
Oh yeah, you're rich.
You're rich. Okay. So let's say how can you earn online or virtually $3,000 to $5,000 a month before you go? I would do that. Let's say I do that for at least 3 to 6 months. Let's say I have at least 9 to 12 months of that money saved up. Then that's a more logical move. But just going there to connect with the homeland, that's not a great look. And a lot of our people mean well, right? We mean well. We want this unity, this repatriation unity, and I get it. But it's easier to have things come about when we have some income coming in.
So let me also talk about this, because I know we talked about this a lot. Not only that, but I want to mention a guy that was abroad and came back to the continent. A YouTuber by the name of Wody Maya. You heard him before?
I heard you talk about him, yeah.
So Wody Maya is one of the biggest sub-Saharan African YouTubers on the planet. And he was living in China at the time that I met him. He was still, he was ending out his China career there. And when I talked to him last week, he was telling me, it was very hard to get adjusted to Africa again, because he'd been living in China so long. He didn't know how things worked. He didn't know how to do things. Just getting around here and there. It took him some time to get back adjusted. But one thing he had going for him is he already had a very powerful machine built with YouTube.
Yep.
That was not his concern. He knew that his money would, because he had worked on this business for 3 to 4 years. He would come to Africa. He would go back to China. He was leaving him coming back. But then once he came back, he also understood how to build a team around him. And then he also understood how to train people, whether that's, camera guys, whether that's, being on the move, knowing how to shoot certain videos, knowing how to get in and out of countries, know how to network and collaborate before he got there. He started learning all these little skills that help propel his business. So it's more success is why he's on the continent, because he has all those things to his advantage. Mm-hmm. Why do you think some of our people believe that they don't need to have this in their back pocket, and then when they get to Africa, because there's so many opportunities, they can just take advantage of them when they don't know that you need this infrastructure before you actually get there?
I think Africa, for some of our people, is romanticized.
Yes.
And it's kind of like a relationship. Oh, I'm going to meet this great woman. She's going to be all these great things, and she probably will be. But if I ignore that, there's going to be some nonsense along the way, some arguments, some life, just simple life things. That's naive, because those things happen to everybody in every relationship known to man or dealing 99.9% of them. There's something. There's just, it's not always romantic. It's not always Cinderella in the movies and stuff, right? So I think there's a similar love affair with Africa, and I get it. That's the motherland. That's where we started. I'm going to go back. I'm going to connect. But I mean, even if you go there and you meet a woman, her dad's going to want a dowry. So you got to buy some cows and goats and stuff. So like you need commerce. You need this commerce. It's not just love. It's not just emotions. It's not just a great time. It's not just cleaning the soul. Money matters. Now, as you said, you got $5,000 a month, you're balling. So less money might matter, but money matters. And a lot of people in our community, we are so fixated on emotions and not logic and strategy. We just forget about the money. You even have grown men that will say that money doesn't matter. All right, man, go meet the chick and tell me how that goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. We have to just get more logical. We have to, generally speaking, of course, we need to get more logical and more strategic as a people. You're going to a place that's generally poor, looking for people to take care of you. But what are you going to give to them? What are you going to pour into them? They're looking for you for ideas most times. So, yeah, man, we got to bring the heat.
So let me, also, one of the things I told you earlier, my guys in Uganda, in Kampala, there was a huge power outage. And it was like 30 or 32 hours without power.
Long time.
Which, I mean, if you have a business and you're coming from the United States, power outages is something that you rarely deal with in Europe.
Yeah.
But on the continent, that's something that you got to plan for and adjust for these things just in case something happens. And how do you, in the business, when you're strategizing and you have a plan, have you had situations where you have to adjust on the fly and change the plans to make the business work because now you have this, okay, I'm dealing with 70% efficiency or 65% efficiency, but I need to get 100% of the result. And how am I going to figure that out? Has that ever happened to you in your business? How did you solve it?
It has happened. It hasn't happened with power though. So power is different. But here's what I would do. Let me just give a teaching moment, I guess. Insert here. Let's say that happened. How often does that happen in Kampala? Not for that long of a time period, but how often would you say that power outages happen?
I would say at least 3 or 4 times a month.
3 times a month. Okay, so with me knowing that, I would get a plan in place with my virtual assistant who is state bound, and I would have a plan with her already in place that says when this happens or when you can't reach me for XYZ time period, it's probably this. Here's what you're going to go ahead and do for me. So you're going to call the clients who I can't meet with. You're going to submit the paperwork that I can't do currently. You're going to upload the files that I can't upload. So with me knowing that, and me strategically thinking ahead and planning, and logically thinking ahead, I'm going to have a plan in place because I know that that's an issue. So man, with my tenure in entrepreneurship, and again, I've been full time since I was 27, so 11 years. First company at 23. Dude, I've been through Chapter 7, lost homes, lost homes, all the bad stuff, or damn near all the bad stuff you can go through. And what I realize is, one, you need to save money. You need to save money, no matter how high things are. There's a good chance they won't always last on the high times. You need to save money. Two, you need to have things that work no matter what is going on in the world, which is why I come to you usually with practical, non-fancy, over-the-top advice, because for me, practicality has won for me. So I need to, even if I have some risky endeavors, I need to have something consistent that works, something that I can rely on, that has a high likelihood for me to win. Then the third thing is, when things hit the fan, you have to know how to pivot. Now, there is doing too much at one time. There's starting too many ventures at one time and not seeing things through. Then there's pivoting. Okay, things hit the fan. This isn't working. How can I adjust? Do I need to do more marketing? Do I need to do less paid marketing, more paid marketing? You kind of got to know when to hit a wall and when to pivot, to maneuver, and adjust. And a lot of that comes from coaching, having a consultant on deck, and experience.
Let's talk about consulting, because one of the things I've noticed, even in Black YouTube, and I hate to say this because Kinganda is, in my other channels, this is a different sector, but I am a part of what is known as the Black YouTube social media content creator space.
Yeah, you are.
What I've noticed, definitely.
That's you, man.
And I want to mention a guy that's not necessarily in this space, but let's say Kevin Samuels. He's, you're very familiar with him.
Kevin, that's my man.
Kevin Samuels, who, is having all this success right now.
Yeah.
But he's a guy that, when it looked for strategy, he's a guy that actually went out and paid top guys.
He said it many times.
And said, "Hey, this is where I would like to go. Give me the game plan, and I need to do this and that, right?" And he worked on it. The first show he had with Ramil, it was okay, but it wasn't the best. Was the show that was like Shark Tank. But now, now he's on World Star Hip Hop. DJ Academics is shouting him out. Roland Martin is responding to him. Everybody, not DJ Academics, but yes, also Academics. Derek Jackson. So it all comes from seeking the professional help and consultation to put together the strategy. When I see a lot of African Americans, when they're talking about, or this is the Black diaspora, I'm going back to Africa, I'm tired of this, I'm tired of white supremacy and racism, and then you act like, you talk about their plan. None of them, I've never met a person that said, I am paying for consultancy, not even from somebody that's there. Like if you look at agriculture, I'm going to go into agribusiness. Do you know anything about agribusiness? No. Okay. Have you paid any consultants? No. It's much cheaper to do it there than people who work for big firms that will consult you privately to tell you they won't pay it. They won't do it. Then they end up broke and they go to YouTube and they ask for donations and stuff like that. So let's talk about the power of actually seeking paid consultation help from experts. How big of a difference is that for success in a plan?
It's the only, or one of the only very few shortcuts that work. Most people want a shortcut. They want to get there faster. Paying an expert to tell you what they've done right and what they've done wrong is the best shortcut I've ever seen in life. Period. It's either that or paying them to do it for you when those situations present themselves. It works. So, and here's the thing: for a lot of people, it isn't that they don't have the money; it's that they feel that somebody should give it to them for free. So they have to pay this.
Say it again.
I'm getting deep, right? For most people, it isn't that they don't have the money; it's that they feel that someone should talk to them or walk them through or teach them for free. It's not that they don't have it. It's like a pride. It's like a pride thing. It's like, well, you already know it's in your. Not everyone respects intellectual property and people's time.
Oh my God, that's a whole episode in itself.
That's the whole. We should do that one next. Most people do. A lot of
we got that one next.
We
can do that tomorrow. Make sure you remind me. Because I don't think we just say this. And that's a good point. Like, I spent thousands, even myself. I spent thousands upon thousands of dollars going to Uganda multiple times, get myself set up, and not that I ever ask anybody for anything, because if I'm on a live stream, if you have a question to ask, I will say you can get super chat. But for the most part, I don't have a Patreon for this page. I don't have anything like a GoFundMe. I've never done any of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But again, you have people who are like emailing, wanting you to call them, as if like I don't have anything better to do, but to talk to you. Like I don't have my own life. I need to call you, Mr. Person I don't know, and explain everything about, Uganda, how I did everything, when, obviously, and it's entire, like, they expect, like, like guys be like, I expect to hear from you at this time. I want to be like, I know we're on the Pro Black channel, so I'm trying to get turned up. But, it's not even the offer of, bro, I see what you're doing. I like what you're doing, I would like to compensate you for your time if you could. Just an offer would be like, well, okay, that's you actually respect my time. I might even do it just for nothing, just because
they were cool.
Yeah, because you're a person that offers. But you don't see that, and then what you see is that person goes there, and that person goes there with that same mentality when they go and deal with the African community. The African community ain't gonna let you go to Uganda trying to get something for free from them. They're not having it. It's like no, like, are you serious? They're not having it at all. Like, you're an American, and they gonna automatically no, bro. You need to be paying for everything, right? So how do we get out of that mindset? Because, and another thing too, a lot of people think like Africa is like really cheap, and that's not the case. How do we get out of that mindset of, what, this person is an expert, I need to try to win them on my team? You did it really well to gain friends, and gain network. How do you use those soft skills to, say, hey, this is a person that's talented. I need this person as a leverage to open the doors for me for other people.
Kill the expectation of other people doing something for you for free.
Okay. If
they say so you approach them with so on my personal website, right, there's I took it down now, but there was a link to book me for a one-on-one session. I stopped doing that now. But at the bottom is a link to send me a message. A lot of people would skip past the link to book me and go right to the message saying, can you call me to talk for just 20 minutes? I'm like, just 20 minutes? I've changed people's whole lives in 20 minutes. I could change around your financial situation or give them a situation in 20 minutes. And for me to be, I have to be somewhere to talk to you. So if I'm out, I have to go to the office, I have to go home, I have to prepare for the call and all this stuff. No. Expect, if you're an adult, expect mentorship and advice to come at a price. Now, the person who you're asking for it might not charge you, but expect it to come at a price. That just sets the tone, because people who are Black, pro-Black, and public figures get asked for free stuff all the time.
Oh my God.
All the time. Women do it, men do it, all the time. So you coming in a different way, you coming correct, automatically put you at the top.
Yes.
Automatically put you at the top. And I had watched some of the videos about people going back to Africa, and one of the people who were in the video, they were saying, oh, she's doing consulting, like that's not even the African way. I'm like, it's not. Africans don't make money. Expecting people to talk to you all day for free who are more advanced than you are It's just not a healthy adult way to go about business. Now, networking is at your level, right? Networking at your level. You're starting, he's starting, you're at the same level. That's networking. Advice, consulting, mentorship is when someone who's more advanced than you comes in and they help you shorten the learning curve. Just expect to pay and offer. That's it. Let them tell you no.
Right.
Kevin and I are cool, right? If I want to hit up Kevin, I'm paying Kevin. We're cool. We're not best buddies, but we're cool. We're very cool, actually. But I hit the link or hit this Cash App. And can you help me out with this? It's just because we doesn't mean that you need to be working for free. And that's how you gain respect. Like, that's how you do business. A lot of us are used to doing homeboy or N-word business, as some people call it. And not everybody is your homeboy. Some people are. We're homeboys, right?
Yeah. I don't even charge you. I need to, but what?
You do it.
But I don't. Because you did. I don't.
You know, but I offer.
You do.
And I know how to hit up your Cash App, so I hit up the Cash App. I don't even need it, but it's the expectation of free that we got to kill, man.
And you definitely do a good job of as a brother, which is why I don't mind, because you always try to appreciate another person's time, and that's something that has taken you very far.
It has.
In so many different communities. Before I knew you, I was like, man, who's this guy? He's just donating money. He was like $5, and then Erica said, oh, you should do this. Guy's like, oh, okay. And then ever since, you've been, but you always appreciative of other entrepreneurs' time. And that's one thing that a lot of problems that I'm seeing that's happening with brothers, even from the continent, that leave and come back, when they come back. I think for me, the reason why I was able to get so much accomplished in like the time I was locked down in Uganda, obviously I've been there multiple times, but I appreciate people's time. And just like you, I'm willing to compensate. I'm willing to, make it easy to do business with me, make it easier to work with me. I'm very easy to work with. I try to make sure what I say is good. And I try to build my name like that. With a lot of brothers that are coming from, this community and going to Africa, number one, they've never really had success at any sort of level of entrepreneurship. So, and they don't have a specialty that they do. So they don't understand entrepreneurship so much. They don't understand the business, how it works. Now, for me and Cedric Singleton, who's over at Black Market, a guy from Sacramento, he's been doing well for 30 years. We don't understand the language, and we might understand Luganda or the culture, but we do understand the business. We understand that, and we understand how to network, and we understand how to gain people's trust, right? Yep. With a lot of African Americans, or even the Black diasporans, or even other Africans, I see that they're struggling with this so much, and it's a lot of emotionalism, and it's also a lot of false confidence. Like, oh well, I'm going to Africa. I'm from America, so automatically that puts me in a position that I'm doing better than them. I know more than them. I'm going to go and start a business, although you have no history of doing that. You don't. So then when you go there, you're faced with so many things. Like, you don't know how your business works. You don't know how business works there. You're in a culture shock. You don't know how the things are done there. And then all of it comes, you don't know how housing works, how the internet works, anything. So all of those things are a culmination of distress. And then you have to come back home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Back to what we were talking about earlier. Another reason why people charge for their time, Moshe, because when it's free, most people don't respect it. The amount of calls, and it's not just me. I actually have a friend who never curses. He got on Instagram. He was like, you know what? Don't DM me. Make sure everything is sent via email, and no more free quick consultants sessions, because he had a session with a guy or a girl and they didn't show up. And I've seen people on social media do this all the time, and friends, and they get so frustrated, like, oh, it was for free, I'm trying to do you a favor, and they don't show up.
Don't show up. Yeah.
No call, no, because they didn't pay, so they didn't pay attention. It wasn't a big deal because they didn't have to pay for it. It came too easy for them, and some people don't expect things that come too easy for them. So if you're wondering why, that's why. People don't show up. I give people a free course every now and then. They don't watch it. They're emailing me questions. I'm like, you didn't watch the video. That's why you're emailing these stupid questions.
Yeah.
Pay the price. And if you look at your own life, not you in particular, but if you look at your own life, most of the things that you took seriously came with some kind of effort.
Yes.
Or a person who you took seriously came with some kind of effort.
No, that's definitely the truth, man. And we're definitely going to do. And I think another thing too that's really hurting the global Black community is, again, the respect. And it happens just not even. It happens on YouTube with other content creators.
Yeah, I've seen it.
No respect for your time or your platform, or want to get on your platform for free, nothing to offer. I have people, DMing me on Instagram. Yo, subscribe to my channel. I don't even know you, bro. Like, you understand? Like, no, but you never interacted with me. You don't know, like, can't even introduce yourself. Like, yo, man, I've been watching your channel.
Say hi a lot of the time.
Hello.
Like, damn. Yeah. Hi gets you in the door. Let's talk about that. Hi gets you in.
Yeah. Like, the guy has 30 subscribers or something, but doesn't even know how to communicate. Like, hey, yo, this is what I'm trying to get accomplished. This is the reason why. Yo, I want to interview. You know what I mean? And again, you want something for nothing, and you have no respect for, you think because you're Black, I'm supposed to do that. And that's a problem that we definitely got to address in the next time. But brother, I definitely thank you for coming down. Tell people about the services that you offer, man, as a consultant, and the things that you have.
Yeah, so if you're looking to make, with my mobile notary business, I've been doing this since I was, again, 15 plus years, better in the game, been teaching it since 2015 online, formally. Helped thousands of people leave the full-time workforce, and we've had 30,000 students in the past 5 years. We are rocking and rolling. Actually, up there is my plaque for our 5-year anniversary, so that was pretty dope. If you want to learn how to make an extra between $2,000 and $12,000 a month as a mobile notary public, and even if you don't do the job yourself, you could be the middleman or middlewoman. Go to 2through12kclub.com. 2through12kclub.com. There are monthly payment options and lifetime memberships. We will get you in the game, and that comes with every course we have and our bi-weekly coaching session. So 2through12kclub.com. O'Shea will have it below as well. Appreciate it, Pepe.
All right, and guys, I definitely thank you for checking out the stream, and make sure you subscribe at the bell. Thank you so much. A lot of this kind of content has been getting a lot of views on the channel, and it just gives opens up the door for us to talk to other entrepreneurs in the diaspora. It gives us to open the door to build more valuable content like this for people, because we want to be able to give back to not only the African American or the Caribbean community, but the whole entire global Black community to discuss things like this and help our people get ahead, because this is the strategies that other groups talk about, and we want to be able to do so in a way that is, it's entertaining and it's fun for you to watch, and you guys can get a kick out of it. And me and Brother Andre have some good chemistry, and we'll definitely continue to do it. We talked about maybe doing it once a week. So if you guys like that, we'll try to make sure that we can knock things out, and we can customize it where it's just it's for the diaspora, and we can talk about some of the problems that we know that Negroes have, because we have PhD in Negroology. What? So again, thank you, Brother Hatchett, for coming on, and guys, make sure you check out his information, all pinned to the top, and keep it real. King Ganda forever. We're out.